Everything you see that comes from this life, bringing God glory. I tell you, my dear family here, our global family and as many who are following, this man you see, my only stake in that equation is receiving the mercy of God and partnering with him by grace. Even the grace to be diligent came from God. So where then is our boasting? This is not a declaration of weakness. You run your mouth and you boast around. God takes one step out of your life and you become a lesson for the nations that men without God cannot go far. We magnify your name. We glorify your name. We magnify your name. We glorify. Because in this kingdom, the race is not to the swift. The race is not to the swift. I've seen brilliant people. I've seen gifted people. I've seen skilled people. I've seen anointed people. I've seen families that love God with all their heart, yet death kept coming to pick them one by one, in spite of the fact that they were righteous, loving people. And yet there's someone smoking out his destiny somewhere, and that guy will not die. A car will hit him, he will still recover. Different things will happen. He will smoke himself to passing out, and yet he will wake up and clean himself. No morning prayer, no afternoon prayer, no night prayer, and yet there are sincere believers who have died. When you add this equation called life, the end, the most constant factor is God. Every other thing is not worth creating as a template. Not you, not your ability. Everything will eventually fail. This is my understanding. When I cry before God and I lie and roll before God, I tell him, Lord, I'm doing this sincerely. This is your ministry. These are your people, the sheep of your pasture. I've seen very anointed and great men of God who cannot command the attention of a generation. Nobody's interested in hearing them. I've seen people who have signs and wonders, miracles, prophecy at a rate and a scale and a level you cannot imagine. The race is not to the swift. The battle is not to the strong. There are billionaires in this country and around the world who have never seen the wall of a classroom. You sit down with them, they cannot even coordinate the kind of logic that brings that kind of financial results. But some of them were in their childlike faith open before God. And they say, Lord, if you will empower me, I will bless the nations. And there are smart people, after they are done talking with all that intelligence, they will ask you for transport back to their house. Listen, let me teach you something, my dear people. One of the signature traits in this ministry is humility of heart and a recognition that God is the factor, the absolute factor behind anything good that comes from your life. Never be embarrassed to let the nations know that without him you do not amount to much. It is only foolish people who will think that is a disregard of your reputation. Those who know God and those who have lived long enough in life will know you are not lying.